All right, everybody. Welcome to the Dominic Show. See if I can hear that sound. All right, we're looking for. Where's my Zoomy? All right, everybody. Welcome to the Dominic Show. All right, here we go. I can hear the sound. Dominic, you're sounding great. Let me put that on mute. I don't need to hear it anymore. I don't need my feedback. I need to open up. Let's see what other Chromium windows we have. We're not doing that one. So we are doing. Let me open. Oh, I gotta do this. Where's my Word document? So we're gonna do an exercise. I know I had it canceled, but mhm. Let me see if this is the right one. So I'm doing my 100 days live, 100 days of. Nope, wrong one. There it is. This is DEX 403, declarative exercise for the declarative development for platform app builders. We left off the other day at exercise 2.2, and there are plenty of exercises. So let me tell you what we're going to go through today, right? So we left off at creating custom fields. We're going to create lookup relationships, master detail, create a self relationship with position. We're going to do all of these things. All we got to do is get set up in the org to do it. So if you're following along, I doubt that you are. I was doing this with a live student, but I kind of messed up the calendar invite for today because I'm also teaching an admin class all day. And then I'm doing this so I could get my 100 days of Trailhead in. But this is 100 days of learning. I'm not using Trailhead. I'm using the exact exercises you'd see in class if you paid for it. But I'm doing it with live people so that you can give me feedback. Unfortunately, I messed up the calendar for today, but I do have a microphone on now. So now I'm going to, let's see if I can find my org login, which is always fun. So my login.salesforce.com, and then see if I can find login with a different username. This is going to be Dominic X plus, is it Dex? Oh, let me see. Now I got to go find it in my email. Oh, is that Patrick? Hey, I'm looking for my org. I thought I saved it with Dex in it. Let's see. Hang on a second. I'm just also doing a calendar invite. We left off at 2.2. But I'm doing this daily after 5. I'm also putting in a calendar event. All right. So there we go. That's good. Oh, just a long, busy day, man. Now let me get back to that daggum. Verify my account. Yeah, Dex 403. You daggum it.
Yeah, Google Chrome for some reason is not saving my passwords and my logins. It's just all gets saved as a generic fake like blank user.
Yeah, it definitely jacks up. So I use this one. I used to use Login, was a Chrome browser app, but I paid for it and it wouldn't synchronize across my laptops, and it really pissed me off. And so now I've been using Org, whatever the Org one is that I got playing around. And then I think I'm going to go to the exercises real quick. I think we left off at 2.2. Oh, we got a lot of exercises. We might have to jam on it, man. So we created a custom object called positions. Let me make sure this is it. I'm surprised if this is the right org. I hope that it is. Lord of mercy.
Yeah.
Because I had two that I put Dex in because I was waiting for the right one. Sweet. I did it on the 25th. Today's the 26th. Life is good. We are good now. So here's the exercise that we're doing. We're just jumping in on 2.2. That's 2.1.
Guess we need to
We're
reset my password.
We're gonna create custom field, and we're gonna create. Maybe we completed this one. We did. Department.
Yeah, we had just done the dependent pick list.
Did we add status? Let me look at status. We did status and substatus. That's great. Oh yeah, we did all the pay grades. I remember that. So 2.3 is where we're starting. I believe that is right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I even put a note on it so I'd remember, and I forgot because I didn't know that I had a note. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a lookup relationship. The goal is to create lookup relationships to connect objects to one another. We want to be able to see which job applications are related to each position. Additionally, which hiring manager is related to each position as well. So we're going to create two of these on the job application. And I believe I posted this in my Drive. So you have this file in Drive. And if you end up coming to work for me at Sales and Technology Consultants, LLC, you'll get an access to these records. Otherwise, you just got to read it on the screen and pause and all that kind of stuff, right? So we are going to, and I'm going to do this so you can see it. I'm going to create a field named position on the job application object. Here, let me move that around a little bit. So here we are on the job application. Can you hear me good? I got my microphone in. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to create a new field. And it's a lookup field, not a master detail. I don't think so. Let me check.
Look up between job application and position. Look up between position.
Yeah. So it's a lookup related to position. So and I'm going to call it position. I'm going to make it available for the executive, HR, and admin. I'm going to add it to all my page layouts. Yes. Yes, I want to append to related. Always overwrite your user's custom settings whenever you're creating this. Totally fine. And then I'm going to click save. Between the position and the hiring manager. Why didn't I do that first? Anyway. We were on the position object already. We'll do it this way. We'll create the field and relationship. And the second thing is we want to create between position and hiring manager. So we're going to the position object. We're going to create a hiring manager field. It's a lookup relationship. Related to the user object, but the field label is going to be hiring manager. Right? Everybody good? So we're looking up to see which user is going to be the hiring manager.
And we want this on all profiles.
Yep. Because we're going to use something later. Save. Yay. Now, again, this is in the context of the entire class, and I know they're not mixed together because I didn't want to do, I didn't know, for anybody who's asking, I separated the two parts of the class. I wanted the material to be comfortable with that, and then the exercise, which are really easy to follow, by the way. And when you're doing the exercises in the class, when you pay for it from Salesforce, and you should, right? You don't get a lot of learning going on. So you guys that are watching this video that are not here with me and Patrick, hang on a second, Patrick. I got to do something real quick. Patrick, entertain the people for a second.
Entertain the people. The millions of teeming masses.
Yes.
As Cecil from the Stray Dope says. I could entertain them with stories of being rejected for a contract position, for not having enough experience, even though the person leaving had no experience when they started.
They're just looking for Superman. That's the problem with most jobs, is that they're looking for Superman to do the job that the last person couldn't do. So they kind of overcorrect, and that's just the way they hire. It's just the way people tend to hire. If you have a hiring experience, put it in the chat. Let us hear.
Companies in New York looking to pay $60,000 a year and want somebody with 2 years experience. Good luck.
Right?
They doubted my ability to create dashboards, so I even created a video of me creating a dashboard. They didn't want to see it.
That's awesome. And it sucks all at the same time.
Then earlier today, I forgot that I had a meeting with the owner of the company. Got an email saying he was in the video chat. Oh,
What happened today?
I had an appointment scheduled at 3:15 with the owner of a company, and I'm sitting on my butt doing nothing. Got
What did they?
emails. What?
They didn't show up for it?
No, I didn't show up.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah. Pretty unprofessional.
Yeah, it happens sometimes though. I mean, hopefully you learn from those F ups and don't do it for any of my clients ever. But can't always tell. Can't always tell. So I'm trying to I got packed, booked, solid days all day. So we're gonna jump into this next one. Create a master detail relationship. Let's see. You want to create a master detail relationship between the interviewer and the position and the review and the job application. So here, I'll leave the instructions up for a second while I finish what I'm doing. All right. All right. Okay. So let's go jump and do it. So we're going to go, let's see, we're going to go to the interviewer object now. Yay. So a master detail relationship, the difference there is that it creates a required parent for the child. So if I create a new field, and you can really only do it so I'm going to create on a custom object. Standard objects already have their master details. We want to relate this one to position, and we're going to call it position. Everything else looks exactly alike. It really does. The child relationship name is called interviewers. We're going to accept all the default page layouts and everything. So that's all good. And now we're going to go to the review tab, the review object. I know I'm going fast, but you guys, Patrick, you tell me if I'm going too fast.
I'm actually ahead of you.
There you go. Awesome. So the people in the video, you can pause and watch each step as I go through and create this master detail relationship. So I know I'm going fast, but it's not for you. It's for me to get comfortable of any roadblocks before I do my demo. If somebody says, hey, we do this. Typically, I go a little bit slower in class because I'm, making sure people can stay together. They're getting their, but it's always hard, by the way. It's always hard to watch something on a computer and then deal with it differently, right? I mean, and then have to deal with it. Child relationship name is going to be reviews. Selecting all the defaults. And again, if you don't know what you're doing, it's because you're watching this and you didn't watch the exercise or see the material. I totally get it. we're creating a way to have reviews on every job application because that's the recruiting process. So you just got to think about where the data is going and what we're doing with it. All right, now this one is creating a self relationship with position. So I'm going to explain this one a little bit because they want to be able to associate positions with other related positions. So quality candidates who may not be a perfect match for a particular position can be referred for another position requiring related skills. Now that doesn't happen enough in the real world, right? People so often throw away all the job applicants. And think about it. Candidate number 2, 3, and 4. What happens if candidate number 1 doesn't work out? You're supposed to go to 2, and then 3, then 4. Not everybody does that. So, you're supposed to create a database of all the candidates and then market how awesome your company is. So when they get a job somewhere else, they remember you, and then you can take that number 1 candidate who got hired because your process is so damn slow, and keep marketing to them. They're your best candidates. Do you still market to your best candidates? If not, why not? All right, so we're going to add a lookup relationship to position that basically allow users to connect related positions. This one, we're going to add a lookup filter by department and record ID, but let's create the lookup position first, the related position. So I'm in the positions object. Am I there yet? No, we just bounce around everywhere. Probably okay. I'm going to create a lookup relationship that's new, and then lookup. Remember, you can only have 2 master detail relationships. It's back to looking up itself. So while it's really not, accounts do it all the time, right? Accounts and their parent accounts look up to positions all the time, but the field label is going to be related position. So let that fill it in. We're going to make it available. Wait, do we have a lookup filter? Hold on. I thought the whole point of this was a lookup filter. I guess.
Step 2.
What?
The next step below that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let me just copy that. I guess we're just getting the big chunks out of the way first and then fixing them later. Layout. The related list is going to be called related positions. I always get, by the way, just to be transparent, I always get confused in sample data with what these lookup field names are, what the related list, what the child is. Like, it confuses me when I'm dealing with test data. So don't get thrown if that happens to you. Just follow the instructions. We take you through everything. When it's your data, this muscle memory will kick in. All right, so I'm going to go and edit the related positions and add a lookup filter, which is down here, my lookup filter settings. So I want the department to equal the department for the related positions. So really, I'm looking for, and I can do it a couple ways. Position, department, let's see if that's what we're looking for. Position, department, you don't have to do the lookup, equals the field related position department. That make sense? And we want to make sure that the record ID does not equal this position's record ID. So we don't want to create a loop, right, between the two. We want to find all the positions available in this department, which is kind of a limiting departmentally, like it's really creating a silo between departments, but that's not my concern. My concern is to make sure that I get this right. I want to make this filter required, and I want to say you can only hire people that you're not hiring in the same department. It's weird. What if they're not suited for your department? Make sure you enable the filter and click save. Make sure you enable the filter and hit save. All right. Any questions or comments? Good, right? Now, this creating a custom junction object, I don't know why they say that. There are no, well, are there standard junction objects? For me, a case could be a standard junction object because it needs an account and a contact. But since it's not required, it's not really a junction object. Okay. So when you have many,
you can't delete them anyway. So
right. It's right. So it doesn't really matter. So I don't know why they call it a custom junction object. They should call it a junction object. But in the admin class, we talk about junction objects being the job application, which requires two parents. It needs a position and a candidate in order to create that record. Otherwise, you just have a position with no candidates and a candidate with no application, with no positions they're applying for. So we're going to create, we have many positions advertised on different job posting sites. So we want to create a new custom junction object. And we want to create the master detail relationships of the job posting with the position and the job posting site. So we're creating a many-to-many relationship between the posting that has the position and the site on it, all right? So we're going to create on the object manager a job posting object. So we're going to create a custom object and we're going to call it job postings. It does not start with a vowel. The record name is going to be called job posting number. And we're going to make it an auto number. Take that space out. Make it an auto number. And then the job posting format is going to be the one that I'm copying and pasting. But you want to have that, you kind of want the number, like this is the format, right? Job post dash and then a number. And then set the starting number at 1. So it'll do 0001. Now you got to ask, do you want reports, activities, to be able to track field history or allow in chatter groups? So clearly, we don't want to allow, we do want reports. We don't want activities. We want to track changes. We don't need to chat about it. We want to make it deployed. And we want to allow search. No. Okay. And we're not going to create a tab using the tab wizard. All good. By the way, you would know all this if this was your data and you dealt with it all the time. Now we're going to create the master detail relationships. So now we're going to create the first called the job posting site. And then we're going to call it So this is the first master detail relationship. Just means the job posting site, we're going to call the label the job posting site. Wait a minute. Let me see if there's any requirements here. So we're going to accept the defaults for field level security, defaults for reference field, and accept the defaults for save and new. All right, good. Easy peasy. By the way, you think that this might take longer if you're doing it in real life, but really it shouldn't. You should almost have all of this pre-work done to know what you're doing and have all of the variables predefined on what you're doing. So now we're doing the same thing with position. We're calling the field position. Keeping it visible. And then save. And now it just became two master detail relationships. It just became a junction object. Now we want to see that on the other related sites. So we want to let's see. Let's see. So on the position object, on the page layout, we're going to adjust the page layout. And the position layout on the job postings related list. So we're going to go down to related list. There's job postings. I'm going to click the wrench. So yeah, it just shows the job posting number. Yuck. We want to add the site, the name, and the technical site. The name, get the job posting number, job site name, status, and the technical site. Status, technical site. And you might want to sort it by status. I don't know. Is there a requirement for sorting?
No.
Oh, remove the number? I don't think so. All right.
I don't know why they don't have to do that first.
I would keep the number because that adds certainty, but it's not my exercise. But I would keep the number because I think it matters. Now on the job posting site page layout, let's hit save on that one. We're going to scroll down to the job postings related list. There's my job posting. Where's my job posting related list? None of mine are there. Let's see what's going on. Job post. Oh, I'm in the job posting, not the job posting site. Ah.
It's the same exact thing.
I mean, you got to pick the right one, right? So I'm going to go to my related lists, go to my job postings. Of course, I got to take the number out, probably. But I do want status, title in there.
I have
Position title, position status. Okay, position title. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna click save. Let me jam on it and test it. Add record to observe the changes. I'm gonna go to positions. I have that open yet? Yep. That was called in-app guidance, that little pop-up. Did you see it? That's the coolest thing. Don't miss it. All right. So I'm gonna go to my tap dancer position.
It says go to the related tab, which
Boy, I got an ugly page layout here, huh? So yeah, the related tabs are down at the bottom. This is an ugly page layout. Who did this one? Ugh.
says
So job postings.
yeah, it says click on the related tab.
There isn't one. Well, yeah. Job postings, click new. We'll just assume the related tab is broken
That's
and
what
we'll
I,
fix it.
that's what I thought, and I tried to do this and it didn't work.
Oh, wait. It's because it doesn't exist. I know you hit a snag.
Okay,
We got to
that's
create a
right.
new job posting site.
Got it. That's what that meant.
Hey, somebody else is that Monica Iannacone? How are you? We're creating fields and having fun. Monica is a marketing cloud certified fellow. Fellow?
Monica.
Monica, this is Patrick. He's one of my new associates.
Unfortunately, you missed all of my entertainment.
Monica's in the Navy. Us Marines appreciate the ride. She was good enough to support the Marines by marrying one, which is great.
That's right.
Even though he's an officer. All right. I'm an officer in the Army, but enlisted in the Marines. My favorite officer story was when I was in boot camp. I was the guide until the last week, and then I got fired. But we were running as a platoon, and the lieutenant showed up, and he was this big, strapping, dark black guy. That's just a fact. Nothing bad about it. But man, I was running, and he was at the front, and I was at the front. We kind of snubbed it, and I used to blow my nose, and I went and I blew one, and it went really close to the lieutenant. And he's like, looked at me, and I'm like, lucked out on that one. That was close. All right, so all we're doing, Monica, right now, we're going through the exercises. The course material's already been done on the previous videos we did. I went through just all the course material. I didn't stop to do the exercises. Now I'm running through the exercises. It's my way of practicing to make sure, because I don't know when on February 2nd, when I get tested for 4 hours, what they're going to ask me to do. But I only found one real section that kind of threw me a little. So I've reviewed that, and then I'm just going to hit all the exercises. There's a lot of exercises, by the way, in the Platform App Developer. But it's really good because it talks about a lot of the same things that's in the admin course as well. So this will pick you up a little bit, and then you can watch the other videos, and that'll create some context. And I've got some Trailhead trail guides that take you through all of not only the admin trails that Salesforce created, but a couple that I put together that I did with a cohort 2 hours a week. So they're 2-hour sessions. You can click them and they're in my playlist. You can check those out. And that'll help prepare you for admin as well. My only request for those is I didn't put the trailheads links in every description. I didn't go back and do all that. I was busy working at the time. So if you're going through a trail and I mentioned it, just put it in the comments, and that'll send me a link to which video and which trail, and I can add that to the description for other people who may end up using it. Anyway, that's my request. I'm not going to follow up on it. I'm not going to care, but I'm asking everybody to do that, and also subscribe to my video channel so I can get a good name. Okay. So we're only doing this for another few more minutes. Well, really until my food gets here. So another 20, 25 minutes. So, because I got a meeting at 7, I got to hang with my wife for a little bit, and then, all this fun stuff. So we would like its employees to view order management information stored in an external system. The management team at UC, which is Universal Containers, has concluded that it is neither feasible nor desirable to duplicate this data in Salesforce. Salesforce Connect has been chosen for this task. Now, for Monica, for your sake, this is not covered on the admin exam, but it's good intel regardless, because it does kind of let you know how Salesforce gets its data from Marketing Cloud too. It's kind of built into Marketing Cloud when you install it, but it kind of works the same. Kind of. For any of you trolls out there watching this video that send a comment to correct me, I said kinda, which means I'm not trying to be accurate. I'm trying to get through the exercise. Leave me alone. So our goal is to connect an external database using Salesforce Connect. We're going to create an external object. It can't be my dinner already, can it? That's my ring interrupting me. No, somebody's got a mask on and they're weird. And my wife is going to handle it. Hello, you there? Somebody's picking up my tarps. All right, cool. So the task and we're going to create external object definitions based on that schema, which is how the database is organized. Think of spreadsheet. That's a schema. We're going to create a new external data source in Salesforce. We're going to validate that connection. We're going to synchronize the orders and the order detail tables, which is in the external. Inspect the external object configuration and add a tab to orders so we can see the data. And this only takes 10 minutes, which we may do faster. Is that they wanted the tarp? Anybody can have it. First come, first serve. Take it. So task number 1, we're going to configure that external data source. So here I am. We're going to go to external data source, and I'm just copying the name. Whoop, for some reason, I thought I was going to copy it. Order management. Well, let me copy.
Oh, well.
What?
I don't know that we have the right license.
We might not have the right license, so we might get stuck here. I get it. I'll do this again when I get a demo org from my TNC folks. Let's just try it and see what happens. Right? Why not try? Did you try it and it didn't happen?
I can't. I don't have the option for Salesforce Connect in the external data type.
La, la, la. Let's see if mine's a little different. New external data. So, oh, we lost Monica. Did you do this? And it did Salesforce Connect OData 2.0. Ah.
Our free org doesn't have enough.
Yeah, I'm going to skip it. And I'm going to skip it, and I'll demo this again. Let me create a comment. If any of you watchers on the video know the trailhead that has the org that we can use for this, awesome. Put it in there. I'm sure it's there. We're going to motor out. So we're not going to use any of that exercise. We're not using anything Salesforce Connect. Monica's back. We thought you just decided to leave us. Okay. Now this is a perfect, we just figured out we couldn't do the one we were doing. Did you just change your hair? Or just put on, oh, you put on a headset. I got you.
Headset, yep.
Does that headset have a microphone built in?
It does. It's amazing. And it's noise canceling.
Which one is it?
It's the Bose. The Bose noise canceling. Mm-hmm.
Must be a new one. So,
it's pretty new. Yeah.
Well, the reason I say is I have one that's about 13 years old, and I still use it, and and I got to get it the earmuffs replaced. But I use it on many a trip, and I love the noise canceling feature. And it doesn't have a mic. Does it have a mic? I don't think it has a mic built into mine. I don't know, but I might try it. Anyway, it's just scratchy on my ear. So we're going to create a new custom user profile. I don't need all of the reasons why we're covered in the class. And this is good because we already have this one built in our org. I think that's already built. So let's look and see. And
it is. That's the one we've been assigning all the permissions to.
Right? So in our org, we've already got it. Let's just check it then.
Well, we're cloning now, aren't we?
Oh, no, wait. The custom recruiter. We don't have that one, right?
No.
Oh, perfect.
We're cloning the custom HR.
Okay, let's make sure. Let me look. All right. So I'm going to create a new profile. I'm going to base it on the custom HR and call it the custom recruiter. Now, why you always clone a new profile from an existing profile is because that's the way Salesforce works. And that's the big answer to most of my why questions. That's the way it works. It is what it is. It do what it do, don't do what it don't do. The idea behind this is you want it, when you're creating a custom profile, you want to pick a profile that's most closely related to it because you're making some type of adjustment. In this case, we're going from HR to a very specific role of a recruiter, which probably is going to strip away some profiles. All right, so we're going to remove read access on all the object settings for this custom recruiter profile. Now I've got, so you're clear, I've got the enhanced under my user management settings. A couple things you want to check if yours doesn't look like mine is the enhanced profile user interface and the enhanced profile list views. These all control the way profiles look and the fact that you can create list views on it. So if you don't have those, it's because those user management settings aren't selected. And if you got the single page view, we're not doing that. We could, by the way, if you wanted to make changes to that profile on standard objects a little easier, because on this one, scroll down the standard objects permission section, uncheck read for all standard objects. It's probably going to do us well to turn off that enhanced profile user interface. And I'll show you why. Because now when I'm looking at this profile and I edit all of my standard object permissions, it's easier to get to them. So if I take off read on all my my standard object permissions, I can adjust each one automatically. Make sense? Instead of doing one object at a time in the enhanced profile view. So why that's important is because knowing what that user management setting does, depending on what you're trying to do on a profile, it makes some things easier and some things harder. So for this one, it made it easier to just go turn it off. Under the custom objects, we're going to give create. I don't know if they're supposed to delete or not, because it says remove, delete when necessary. I don't remember what's necessary. So I'm just going to save what I did and hope for the best. Oh, now it's telling me, did it tell me to turn it off before and I just missed that? Ah, look at that. Toggle it off. I did it because I'm a diva and I know it's easier for me anyway. Salesforce Diva might be my new nickname. Okay. I hate extra clicks. All right. Now we turned it off. We changed the settings. We turned it back on. And now we're going to take, I don't know if Mario is going to be there, but we'll find out. I doubt that he'll be there. We might have to create him. Look, he is. This is an almost exact demo org, Patrick. Patrick found it. We're going to change him to the custom recruiter profile, leaving his role and everything else the same. I think that's right.
I mean, it makes sense that they don't have the exercises in Trailhead because then nobody would need to pay for the class, right?
Yes, they do. They do break the steps out, but they break them out separately. This, I'm following the document you would get if you were in the class, and you only get access to this document if you get hired by me as one of my trainees to be an associate. That you haven't done yet, Monica, but you will. Remember I talked about a part-time army of part-time consultants, so you can work for me part-time? It's just got to be part-time, not a lot, just a part. 1 second is good. Anyway, we're good.
Sounds good.
All right, so now we want to set the positions access for the custom executive and custom HR profiles. So we're going to click on custom executive. Hang on a second. I'm going to mute for just a quick second.
You're still muted, Dominic. I don't know if you're talking to us or talking to your phone.
Sorry. So I just went ahead and started, I created a custom profile so I could edit these easier. Did I do that? Wait a minute. Click custom executive, object settings, click positions, click edit. So I'm going to give them view all. Why didn't I give them all of that? Let me go to my view. It's really position. I'm just creating a position. Where's all the position? Are you kidding? So what I'm really doing is just creating a list view to make my job easier. to edit multiple profiles at once, right? If I'm gonna edit multiple profiles at once for the same object, I could create a list view for that. So I want to have create, read, edit, delete, view all for the custom executive profile. So I could do that. And I'm just doing it in it's not the best. It may or may not be the best way to do it, but I did it. I probably could have done more than one at a time. Let's see. The other one is the custom recruiter. So for my custom recruiter and my custom executive, and I apply to both records, I now can update multiple profiles at once is all I'm doing. So I just followed a little bit different of a path. You can follow the instructions directly if you want. So that's it for the executive. Custom HR, I think I went overboard. Nope, and I missed the delete on the custom HR. So then I can manage, so on the position object, these are my fields, these are all my profiles. So these are the levels of access I can create, I can modify all at once. We do that in the admin class too. All right. Now we got to make the custom recruiter profile. For the candidates object, we want to take away the read access on the social security number field. So we're not letting them read it at all. So it's not even a field level security thing. This is like a candidates object. We're going to take away read. We're going to leave create. Nope. All right. Super. Oh, they don't even have candidates. Wait, they can't even read? Oh, no, I messed that up. Blah. Wait a minute. I jacked that up myself. I did that all by myself. I read one thing and did another. So we're taking away the social security number read access. That's all we're doing. That's field level security. That's what you're supposed to control. And they'll, just so you know, anybody in that profile will never see, much less be able to edit that field, because that's what field level security does. All right, so I want to find candidates. Let's see if my candidate is there. I don't know why I was yelling. I think I hit the wrong one. There's my candidate. And on my details, I should be able to see the social security number. It's encrypted and it's only showing the last four. But if I log in as a Mario, oh wait, before I do that, I found the setting that I wanted to not have mess up. So under security, under think it's session management or session settings. You don't, let's see, you don't, I want to make sure force relog in after login as user isn't set, because I thought it was like that before, and that was annoying, and I didn't want that. So that's a great little setting to have, awareness of where it's at. So Ruiz should not be able to see the social security number field at all. If I log in as Mario, he can't even. This is the all items tab. Or candidates. Does it say do that? I'm not even in Lightning, dude. All right. So now when I go to that candidate record, yeah, it's in Classic. No social security number. How do I know? Let me do it. Yep. See, I did a Control F so I can read the screen, find it there, not there. Life is good. Let me log out as Mario. Mario does not have the Lightning experience on his record. All right. That's just a good check. It is a little different. So let's do this. We edited a profile. Now we're going to create a permission set. Are you familiar with this part, Monica, about permission sets and how that works? Okay.
Yes.
And I feel very comfortable with this, but I do just kind of want to go through it for anybody who's looking. So we're going to create a new permission set, and then after this, I'm going to shut it down. So I got a hiring manager permission set that I'm going to create. I'm going to go to permission sets. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to give it a name based on the Salesforce license, which basically means all those permissions are what's going to be included in my selections. So for object settings on candidates, I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to make all of these. I'm going to make candidates visible. Select read, okay. All right, so this is all the permissions that I'm doing. All right, so okay, so we're using the enhanced user interface now. So in that permission set, I'm going to go to my objects. First one I'm going to do is candidates. Check visible in tab settings, and then read from the object permissions. So I'm going to go down to candidates, click edit. I'm going to turn the tab on, tab settings, available and visible. I want visible. What happens if I just click visible? It does make them both, and then give it read, and then hit save. That's it. So now interviewers. And, you know, I tend, like when I'm doing this for reels.
Hold on just 1 second, Dominic.
Go ahead.
It says for these, it says tab settings visible and then NAA visible. I saw that for the first one, candidates, but I'm not seeing that for these other ones.
Interviewers, are you on interviewers right now?
Yeah, so like I did candidates, and then
Did you click edit?
yeah, let me see, make visible, save. Let me go back to interviewers.
And then I need read, create, and edit. Yours should look like mine.
Now it's there. For some reason, it wasn't there before.
Oh, the lightning gods. What is the god of lightning? Is that Thor? No, he's something else. I don't know. So job applications is visible in read only. So I'm going to make it visible and read only. And then I'm going to choose job postings. I wonder if I could create a change set.
So why is the tab settings not available for job postings? Is that because we haven't created a tab for that?
That's correct. We didn't create a tab for it.
Okay.
So there's no tab visibility settings. That is correct, sir. Visible read only. All right, visible. Now, let's see what else. Oh, offers, positions, and reviews. Offers. It's tedious work.
Yeah, this is where, like, I know it's supposed to be clicks, not code, but sometimes I wish there was less clicks.
What's that?
I know that their slogan is clicks, not code, but a lot of times I wish there was less clicks.
Yeah, you know, click conservancy doesn't happen for admins. It happens for users. Weekend navigators. Oh, what is that, Monica? What is week? Oh,
That's my
it.
travel business.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Navigator?
did it? Yeah, because I used to be the navigator of a ship, so that's how you got the name of it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's an interesting quirk. I'm on reviews and it says tab settings should be NA, but I haven't.
I can't hear you. You're cutting in and out. You're moving.
I'm just going to wait until you get to where I am.
Reviews. Okay.
Okay, so you have it as well.
Yeah, but they just don't want it. You don't need to have it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to set a tab for it for reviews. It's going to be on your related objects anyway that you have a tab for. So you don't need the tab view. Now you could still get to the object, but you don't need the tab view. All right, let's see if we have these folks. So we want to add Clark, Frank, Amy, Andy, and assign. So let's do that. I don't know why I said their first names. We need Kentman, Lingstrom, Lojack, and Marcola. Shut up. It's a damn close org you found, dude. Oh, there we go. We lost it. Lindstrom and Lojack didn't make it.
So far, the only thing it looks like we're missing is the external connect.
And some of those users. All right. So, wait a minute. Oh, back. Add assignments. Hey.
We,
So I went back. I don't know why it took me to. Hold on, let me just check to see. When I click add assignments. Oh, I know what I do. Oh, I know. I didn't hit add assignments. Macrola. There it is, Andy. So when I did assign and then done, I was filtering on this list, which didn't only had the one. Duh. I dudded myself.
it does look like we're missing the interviewer's permission set.
We got to create that. Oops, excuse. So let's go back to my permission sets. I don't think we have the interviewer permission set. So we got to create one. That's just something we didn't do. Otherwise, how's the fellowship going, Monica? Are you logged in? I mean, have you gotten a gig yet? Have you been assigned? No, y'all got assigned to a company right now, right?
Yes, I've been assigned to SenseCorp as a Salesforce consultant, and I'm working on 2 projects.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm excited to get started with it and use some of what I've been learning with Salesforce.
I started the process, and then they basically said they have nothing left for 2021. So I'm going to start the process in reverse, where I'll offer to hire a fellow, but they don't have any of those set up yet either, too. But I'm still willing to hire them.
Oh, interesting. That might change later.
Yeah, well, it always will when budgets get squared away.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That would be great though for you.
Check read. Check read. Job postings. Then we're going to jump down to the positions object. I just prefer to, not for nothing, have an affinity for veterans. They're, Marines and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it would be cool.
Awesome. Well, that did it. All right. So that's perfect. So when we come back tomorrow, after my long day of training tomorrow, I'll do this again, but we'll start with create custom object queues, which is really the same thing as the queues you created for leads and cases. We might skip that. That's pretty easy. Set the OWD. That's important. For records you don't OWN. Remember that statement, Monica. Over and over and over again. I'll say that over and over and over again. People forget. Let's see. Then
Very
we'll do.
Corny.
But it works. It works.
But very true.
We're going to do a role hierarchy for record access because, like many, do you have kids? You don't have kids, right, Monica?
No.
Okay. When you end up having kids are going to think they own stuff. You should take their stuff when they're about 12 or 13 and just throw it all away when they do something wrong. And here's why. You want to remind them that living in your house means everything they own, you own. There you go. All right. We're going to pick up tomorrow. I got to bail. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. I got a chat. What's the chat? I'm on mute. Oh, I was on mute? Oh, right. I was on mute. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow if you want to be here. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me practice.
See you later.
Awesome. Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Dominic.
Thank
Bye.
you.